Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the show. Before I begin, I would like to direct you to the pinned comment in the chat. We have count them, four GoFundMe's for our friends James Colley, Moonshock, Angela Arrega, and the Hey Camel. James, why'd you burn down your house?
I didn't burn down my house, but up here in the Texas Panhandle over the last week, we had over 1 million acres that did burn down. Several different cities experienced wildfires in the Texas Panhandle. Now, I want you to stop and think: 1 million acres.
That's a lot of
Spaced
land.
out that way. That is a lot of land. I mean, a lot of people are without right now in our area. Our food bank is having a hard time keeping up. And you want to look at how you can help donate and help out if you have the time and the inclination. There's a group called the High Plains Food Bank. Okay?
Can you do me a favor and put it? Let me see if I can find a site or something.
I'm not sure if they have I'm not sure what their link is or anything. I just thought about this and I'm going, oh shit, I can use the power of my voice to help.
Amarillo, Texas?
Amarillo, Texas, yes.
Okay.
And this is a good group. I mean, 100, if you got like $100, you're going to give out like 1,000 meals. It is just that what they do with that. And they work with other companies in the Panhandle to try and get homeless, those that are like what the gaps in our Medicare and healthcare system, stuff that doesn't cover, or food stamps. They do a lot with the elderly. You know, if you're not getting enough to eat, you can always go there to them in the Texas Panhandle, and they will do what they can to help out. So if you can help them, that is a good place to help for these families that are now without homes. There are other, I'm sure that they've got it posted somewhere about other agencies that you can go through. I would avoid asking the Red Cross or anything like that because a lot of, if you're going, another good agency that would help would be the Salvation Army. Those two agencies right there, every bit of your money is going to go to that, to helping. A lot of these other companies, whatever money you spend, 15% of it ends up going to the actual, if any of it, actually goes to the actual problem. But I know for a fact those two agencies right there, they will get the money
the
that
Red Cross will go and fucking claim people are part of their thing that don't even work for them.
Yeah. But like I said, Salvation Army and this High Plains Food Bank, they are very good causes for this kind of stuff. But thank you.
Hold on one second.
There's one additional benefit. If you donate to the Salvation Army, you're exactly as evil as Chick-fil-A.
You are.
Well, they're open on Sundays.
I just amended. God damn it! It's not
the Salvation Army.
Yeah, they're
or
open on
Chick-fil-A?
Sundays. Unlike Chick-fil-A, they're open on Sundays, so they're not as evil as Chick-fil-A.
All right. Let me play the intro and then we'll begin the show. So let me.
Whee!
Welcome to the Midnight Show with the Midnight Crew. Rotncorpse, Angela Arrega, James Colley, Terry Diamantis, and our host, T. Alexander. With special guest, Kefki. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin.
Good evening, everybody.
Did you see that bullshit? He snuck his own birthday wish to himself in the title.
It's my goddamn show. I can do what the fuck I want.
Wow.
Okay,
Wait a
well,
second.
that said, let's do the thing.
What kind of rinky-dink
Alright.
bullshit is that?
You're surprised?
Happy birthday
Well-
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear to you. Happy birthday to you.
Why, thank you, Angela. Somebody loves me.
You smell like one too.
Hey,
It
that
smells
is your,
like a birthday?
I
That-
didn't know a birthday smells.
Is actually a Futurama reference.
All right,
I would still Chaos Eve's line. Happy Women's Emancipation Day. May you never forget the struggle for life.
I won't.
And that's for me. I am going to get serious.
Mm-hmm.
Terry, you are one of my best friends. Never met you, never seen you, but you know what, brother? I think that if somebody was serious and was talking mad shit about you, I wouldn't join in immediately.
Wow. He didn't say he wouldn't join in. He said he wouldn't join in immediately.
See? That
I
is the
think
kind of thing
That's
I want.
how. That's true love.
Yeah, I know. I know. Wow.
No, actually, I'd be there. I would do my best to counteract that.
It depends on what's being said. If it's incorrect, it's like, hey man, if you use these insults, they're better. If you're gonna insult them, at least fucking do it right.
You're goddamn right.
Yeah.
Don't call me a fat. Don't call me a fat bastard. Call me a fat black bastard.
Well,
God
no,
damn it.
it's more along the lines of, hey, I'm not going to say that he sucks dick,
But he
but
sucked dick.
it was in his mouth. What he did with it after that is his business.
Wow.
His lips made a sucking motion.
Wow. Wow. This
Oh.
just keeps. Wow.
He could have just been holding it for a friend. I'm not going to say that he was doing any sucking, okay?
Exactly. That's an allegation I can't make
It was
without
just-
evidence.
It was just a bookmark.
Yeah, he was just holding it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Before I begin,
He knows that he was
Here's
speaking
good
in
word.
vowels.
wait. Before I begin, I have to make a formal apology to the people of Russia. Last week we've been blocked in Russia because of a certain event, and I would like to say, James, it's your fault. But here's my formal apology.
Russia?
Huh?
I'm to blame for Russia?
Yes.
How did James get us blocked in Russia?
I don't know, but he did it. No, it was Kyivedam's song. Someone tried from Russia, claimed it, so it's blocked in Russia.
Oh, what kind of cocksucking bullshit is that? Chair sucking bullshit is that?
I know. So let me make a formal apology to the one viewer we have in Russia, and beg Putin to let us back on.
Wow.
I'm not begging for shit. I'm saying eat a dick, bitch. You get to fucking
Damn.
Kyivedam for that whole
Ooh.
thing.
It's not Kyivedam's fault.
You ain't fucking trying to copyright her voice, you bitch. That's
Yep, they
Kyivedam's
tried.
voice.
They tried to they copyright. They did
They
something.
tried to copyright our friend.
Yes, like it's acapella, so there's no music, official music, and they copyright. It's partially blocked in. Let me make sure. Yes, partially blocked in Russia.
Huh.
Yeah,
That is so bizarre.
Wow.
yeah.
Because I know that song. It's not Russian.
What song was it?
It was Mr. Blue Sky.
Oh. I love that song.
And this is what I was working on before we started. I was adding this compensator in the front of it that attaches to the barrel, but I had to, like, instead of the traditional way of going through a 1911 to where it's twisted and you can push the spring,
Oh, I plan to.
guide rod and everything, I actually have to put it in like other semi-autos, and as can be a bitch sometimes.
And now,
Ooh.
gun lessons from Rotncorpse.
The first time I did this, when I did it on my SIG, since I didn't have it held properly, I launched the guide rod itself, because it didn't sit right, into my ceiling in my old apartment in New Mexico, and left a dent of it. So now this one looks like this.
Nice.
If only it had a red dot cut out, because then I could make a specific boomer's heads explode, plus piss off the dude that was trying to say, oh, what are you, in the military or something? You don't need a weapon light or a red dot. That's just junk that you don't need on your gun. Suck a dick, dude.
It was an acapella. All right, it was a virgin sung by my friend Kyivedam.
So, was it a claim or a strike?
It was a claim.
Then who the fuck cares? What's the point in challenging it?
Principality don't matter.
Yeah, but maybe not on the stream.
I'm not doing it on the stream.
I mean, I'm sure that listening to all the typing is fascinating for the viewers.
All right. Okay, so we have. I want to talk about this, but I want to warn you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to do a face reveal. I want to show y'all what I really look like now that Black History Month's over. Now, I don't want people getting sick. All right? This is what I really look like. I know I'm hideous.
Dude.
So, yes. I know. I'm hideous.
He actually looks like all of my in-laws.
Do you know who that is?
Matt Garbo, Boulder Hunter.
That's really sad.
Yes, that is what I really look like. My real name is Matt Jarbo. And
Boulder Hunter.
It's
I'm Boulders.
Anytime you use his name, you gotta use his correct title.
Boulder King.
See, and he's lying.
Boulder
He doesn't
Hunter.
actually look like this. He sent me this in confidence. He actually looks like this.
Rotten, why'd you say to people? Stop! I don't look. That's not what I look like anymore. Okay. And I didn't write those Medium articles. All right. That wasn't me. That was another guy.
Who the hell is that?
Some Medium author that
Here
was
was
on.
when Tier was on the corner one of the times, Moonshot could put this one in there when I actually happened to be home, and he's like, "Oh dear God!" And I'm like, "Save! I'm gonna bastard here."
Yo, Keith.
That guy looks like he would roofie his mother.
Wow.
I'm pretty
Wow.
sure he looks like he roofie himself.
Okay, so we have there are two videos I want to talk about. One is a Rachel Maddow one, and the sheer dumb attitude of this is fucking insane. and then the second one is that Hassan Piker shit. So get your drinks ready. Get your drinks ready because you're gonna need it.
I'm actually abstaining from drinks for a week so that I can get all of this shit from the hospital out of my system.
Good luck with it.
Well,
Yeah, so
where did
tonight's
our
gonna be
Kefki go?
fun.
What Kefki? Kefki's there?
No, I'm not. How do you know?
I
Oh,
can
there
see
she
you,
is.
Kefki.
No.
All right. Share screen. This one. Is it this one? This one.
Oh yeah, she's got to do the show sober. Oh,
Yeah. Can y'all see it? Now, I want y'all to listen to this, the words that come out her mouth, and just absorb it.
oh, she is a sexy bitch.
I mean, every time Rachel Maddow goes on the screen, all I hear is wah, 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 Trump, Trump, Russia, Russia, I'm retarded.
It gets worse. Just listen to
If
this
you
shit.
think about the court as
Can y'all hear it?
Yep.
Yes.
You know, she is sexy. I would bang her.
You
So-
also
so-
have no standards, James, other than Angela. Angela is the best standard you have.
Angela, I think James is gay.
Sometimes you have to lower your standards to raise your volume.
Well, I can understand trying to lower your standards, but why do you got to go and fucking dig the ground up underneath it?
Well, sometimes prison bitches need help too.
Sometimes prison bitches need help.
Wow.
All right, okay.
And that
Let's
woman
just
should be
get
buried up
past
in the
this
prison.
shit, please.
All right, it's only a minute
Supreme Court
18.
of the United States, and a rational actor and a decent one. That was a reasonable supposition, and it just turns out they're not that. Feel incremental bit of progress here. The important question here is not whether the Supreme Court is going to decide that Donald Trump and all presidents are immune from prosecution for things crimes they committed while they were president. I mean, it would be fully insane for them to actually side with Trump here, right? The conclusion that we can arrive at now based on what they have done without having to wait for the ruling is that they are ensuring that Trump will not face trial.
Really quick, I just love how it sounds like she's about to cry.
She always sounds like she's about to cry.
That's true.
I want to know what you just heard.
What?
She doesn't sound like she's about to cry to me.
And when they face trial is that they have done without having to wait for the ruling is that they are ensuring that Trump will not face trial.
Did you hear that quiver in her voice?
Yeah, it sounds like she's coming off a cold.
Okay, so what we're saying is that let's exclude absolute immunity for all previous presidents. So that means that Obama can be charged for his
Murder?
role in Fast and Furious, the murder of from the drone strike.
The drone strike. Yep. We can also get Clinton on. We can also get Clinton on his shit. We can dig up the past.
Clinton.
Oh,
got
would that
Whitewater.
also? Let's see. What else is there?
Let's not say Clinton.
The fact that Biden hasn't done anything to the southern border when in his oath to office was protect ourselves will protect, uphold the Constitution against foreign and domestic.
Oh no, you know the thing.
Yeah, the thing.
Another thing. Yes.
Yes. Hey, I'm low on oxygen, so.
But it's this shit here. I love the reach, and they don't understand that once a domino falls, it pushes every other domino down the line. This shit will come back to bite you in the ass. And just because you're on this end right now doesn't mean you'll be on the
You're
other end.
not going to be on the other side later.
Exactly. And that's all this shit is. You are setting precedent that will one day be used. This is a sort of Damocles. It really fucking is. It cuts both ways. And they don't seem to get that. Oh, well, we're in power now. But okay, you're in power now. Right now, at this moment in time. But what about tomorrow? What about the day after? What about the day after that? Eventually, you'll lose power. And somebody you don't like will step in and, oh my God, he's doing all this. Oh, it was good when your guy did it, right?
Uh-huh. But here, and then, since you invoked that word, or that phrase, sort of episodes, which, that is, I love that song from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Mm-hmm. It's a man, baby.
No, that's Austin Powers.
Oh, no, Sean DW asked, who's that guy on the screen? I said, it's a man, baby.
Oh, yeah. She is awesome. I would love to see her boobies.
Well, if you want to see pancakes, just ask somebody to make you a fucking set of pancakes.
I want to see her boobies.
James, we don't want to hear about your sexual degeneracy.
But then again, I also think that Nancy Pelosi had a hell of a rack, too.
She did, but she's hideous.
That's and that just
stopped. Let me finish. It's only a little bit more. It's just...
And when they inevitably rule that presidents aren't immune from prosecution after they leave office, what that will tell Donald Trump, if by then he is president, is that he can never leave the office of the presidency.
This is the bit I wanted to bring up. He can never leave the office of the presidency. Like what happened last time he lost an election? Now I'm going to use "lost" for air quotations. He didn't rally the military. He didn't fight to stay in. He packed his shit up. He picked up his ball and he went home. And y'all started fucking with him. If y'all really wanted to beat Trump, y'all would have left him the fuck alone. It's not hard to beat him. It really isn't. Just leave him alone. But y'all gave him every sling, every arrow y'all shot at him. Y'all just made him stronger. And again, sort of Damocles, it cuts both ways.
Well, unfortunately, they didn't have anything to do once they broke their toy.
And you're right. They didn't have anything to do once they broke their toy. But still, you should realize this was... Biden is a fucking potato. He is.
Potatoes are actually good.
I was going to say, do not besmirch potatoes.
My bad. Biden is a fucking...
potatoes, French fries, freaking tater tots, vodka.
Okay, fine. He's a rutabaga. Better?
People like rutabagas. They at least have nutritional value.
He's a sea cucumber.
Sea cucumbers are cool. Dude, like, you gotta go with something that's, like, actually bad. Like, I say compare him to a Rothschild, but the best thing the recent Rothschild has done is died.
I got one better. Go ahead. Go ahead, Angela.
No, it's okay. We hit the end of the thing finally.
We didn't. It's still 18 more seconds.
Voted out in 2028. He cannot leave office, and he is willing to he is welcome to commit any crimes he wants to, as long as he is still president, in order to ignore the result of that election and stay in power for life, because otherwise he's going to go to prison when he gets out.
He's going to be ancient if he gets elected. He's going to be old as fuck. Man, he ain't going to care about anything else.
Kefki's back.
Yay, Kefki's back. Hold on. Sorry about this, Kefkilla.
She does sound absolutely rabidly batshit insane.
No, what I was going to say, though, before, she sounds like a female chief master sergeant I had, or was she senior master sergeant, back while I was still at Canon. Anytime she had, like, she could, when she would talk to anyone else, she sounded fine, but as soon as she had to get up in front of everyone and start talking, she started getting the voice cracking, and it sounded like she was getting hyper emotional. That's kind of what it sounded like in this one, is that she just, when it goes to this whole thing because she just can't keep it together because she's an idiot.
Yeah. All right. So, and then the second one is the Hassan shit.
Well, do we want to do a palate cleanser before that?
Oh, wait a minute. I got a palate cleanser. It's a song. I like it. And I think it will fit. And we can play yours afterwards, Rodden.
While you're bringing that up, we can go on something I kind of brought up on Tier's video game stream earlier. As that, like, y'all notice how there's always the freaking like videos or posts or whatever to where it's like it's boomers versus millennials or Gen X versus Gen Z. And the thing that I've always found the funniest about this is that nobody actually looks at it. It's like, oh, it's just parents versus their kids in majority of these situations.
Yeah.
It really is. It's two generations of you made me the monster that I am, and you bitch that I'm the monster.
If you really look at it, it's like that's the way it is. That's why I always kind of find it funny. I saw a different video to where it's this Gen Z guy of saying how like the Gen X guy saying of how like the generation after Gen Z, I think it's Gen Alpha or whatever, like they're having more of the craziness, and it's like, yeah, because they're not fucking raised by you. That's the generation that's raised by millennials, numbnuts.
Yeah. It's rather insane. But it's just this generation is fucked. All we can do is watch the city burn. All right, let me share this one. Can y'all see?
My motivational song every day.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Cause ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't.
Oh my god.
That's not gonna replace Listerine. Listerine's gonna be there, but I might throw that one in too. All right, Rodney, what's yours? That's fun.
Here, wait, no, sorry, go back over here. Go. And share screen. Audio's there. That share.
Sharing, adding to stage.
Most of you should have already seen this, plausibly.
Okay, I can do this.
This is
It's just
Johnny Hellcat back in the day.
British 101. Repeat after me.
Okay.
Okay.
Betty bought a bit of butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter, so Betty bought a better butter, and it was better than the bitter butter. Betty bought a bit of butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter, so Betty bought a better butter, and it was better than the bitter butter. Betty bought a bit of butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter, so Betty bought a better butter, and it was better than the bitter butter. But what?
But what?
That sounds like Baltimore needs to me. I understood every word of that. That's strange. Good, man. Earn.
I'm trying to decide if that's the best version of I've heard of that tongue twister or not. I used to have to do that when I was working on my stutter. And it's only like the first two lines of the tongue twister, by the way.
Really?
I got one more, but it's super short.
Go ahead and play your thing, and then you'll get Betty Botter.
Nope. I'm just gonna put my foot on the floor, and I'm not lifting till I see God or a checkered flag.
I'm just gonna put it on the floor and not stop till I see a god or a checkered flag.
Okay, so it is. Betty bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. So she bought some better butter, better than the bitter butter, and she put that. I missed a line. Betty bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it'll make my batter bitter. So she bought some better butter, better than the bitter butter, and she put that in her batter, and it made her batter better.
My brain just went sideways on that tongue twister. Like she sells seashells by the seashore.
So I looked it up, and the version I found was even longer than what Angela said.
Oh God, no.
Oh,
This is why Betty should have got margarine.
Exactly.
Oh, I mean, I could go with one more later on. We'll go after the Hassan thing just because it's a fun one.
All right. So, a Champagne socialist Hassan Piker did a Champagne socialist thing. How oppressed, how soul draining, socially draining,
soul sucking.
My bad. Soul sucking. Streaming for what 8 hours is versus a real job, and you know,
like okay, yeah, because I watched the whole fucking 7-hour stream with or almost 8-hour stream with Monkey.
Yes,
That thing.
I just finished it before I
And
came.
quite literally, all he had to say in the beginning, like, because he tried to walk it back and a lot of you could kind of try to take that it is, in his opinion, for, I should just say it's like for him type thing. But all he quite literally had to say is, guys, I fucked up. I meant for me. But Hassan Piker is too fucking stupid for that.
No, I don't think it's stupidity. I think he's proud. He knew he made a mistake, but he couldn't fucking go, oh, well, you know.
That's what I mean by he's too fucking stupid to let his pride not fucking be there. Like I said, all he do is say is like, guys, I fucked up. I meant for me, not the whole fucking one thing. And then he tries to explain it, and he can't even explain it properly because he's an idiot.
That is true. He is a fucking idiot.
Like, he's not even at least like me, where I'm a mostly functioning idiot.
Fucking way, as someone who. No,
y'all hear it?
No.
I can hear it.
All right.
No. Social battery wise, unless you're in fucking retail, it's very different. You're out of touch with them. I'm gonna die, dude. There's motherfuckers who are accountants in here, and they're misunderstanding what I'm saying. A real job does not expend your social battery in the same fucking way as someone who did a sales job, a real job. Okay.
All right. First off, I used to work for McDonald's. I worked fast food a lot in my youth. That shit was fucking terrible. Asshole customers, asshole managers, and everybody wanted you to hop to it, and you only got 8, and you looking at the clock like, please, Lord, let me die.
I mean, I think what he said was tone deaf, but his basic point does actually make sense. All he's saying is that there's physical exhaustion and then there's social exhaustion. Like, if I'm doing this stream, by the end of it, I don't want to do another 2-hour stream immediately afterwards. But I could still run around the block because I'm not physically exhausted. I'm socially exhausted.
The thing
I think that's all he's saying. He's just saying it in the stupidest way possible because he's Hassan Piker, but his basic point makes sense.
Well, and the other problem is he's saying it's because he streams for 9 hours a day each fucking day when he doesn't have to do that. He sets his own hours. He could legitimately take a break. And people are also going back at him being like, dude, how can you say it's so stressful and like soul draining when you're quite literally in a lot of things watching somebody else's content and not even fucking talking?
No, I mean, there's a lot of like what he's saying that is entitled and like soft, but his basic point that social exhaustion and physical exhaustion are not the same thing is valid. And streaming is a socially exhausting job, far more so than just sitting in an office would be.
But it also goes to that whole thing depending on the person.
Yeah. But like I would even say there's like mental exhaustion, which is a different kind of exhaustion from social exhaustion. So like depends which aspect of you is being put under the pressure. Like if you've got to sit there entering stuff into a spreadsheet for 8 hours because that's your job, that's not socially exhausting or physically exhausting, but it's very mentally draining. So, I mean, yeah, there's different kinds of exhaustion, and he's just saying that streaming is very socially exhausting, which it is. The comparison to a quote-unquote real job is what did him in, because if you're working in a real job where you don't have the luxuries that he does, then yeah, he comes off as entitled and out of touch. He's like, no, streaming where you get to choose your own hours, have no commute, have no boss, is not going to be worse than, being a bricklayer or, some dead-end job in an office. So I think that was where he came undone. Comparing himself to people who have real jobs is always going to make you look like an idiot.
That's why I said all he had to do was just basically go through and say, guys, I fucked up. I meant for me. Quite literally, he would not gotten 90. I honestly think 99% of the hate he got if he'd just been like, guys, I meant for me. Like, I can go out and do all this other stuff, but I can't go out and do this type of shit because I'm fucking exhausted.
I don't even think that. I just think all you need to do is say, sorry, I shouldn't have compared it to doing a real job. There's a lot of benefits to this line of work that mean I'm in a very privileged position. I just meant that I find this an extremely socially draining way to make money. Like, that would have been as good. Like, the thing that upset people is if you're working in a very stressful job, having Hassan Piker say, well, actually, my job is even harder than yours.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, when you do absolutely positively nothing and you can set your own hours and your boss doesn't breathe down your neck to get up and, I need this done by like X, Y, and Z, and if you don't get this shit done, you'll be fired.
Yeah. If you have no boss, set your own hours. You don't have to commute, like you work from home. You have a lot of privileges that other people are rightfully going to resent you claiming your job is harder than theirs, if you have.
You have something, Kefki? It's not like you were trying to get
Oh,
in
no,
there.
why are his parents standing in the doorway like that? They haven't moved the entire time.
That is creepy.
That's
It's
cutout.
Charles and Queen Elizabeth, I believe.
Yes, it's Charles and Queen Elizabeth. I want to know why you're not a fan of the monarchy.
Oh, it's a poster. Oh, God.
Because that was like when people gave him, like going back to the whole thing, when people gave him shit to where he moved it, or it's like the house he bought with all the money he got from streaming. And the people that were supporting of him were being like, oh, so he's supposed to be homeless? It's like, no, he's claiming to be a socialist and says that people should, like, that the money should be spread out pretty evenly. But he refuses to pay, or at least at the time, he refused to pay his moderators, and he could have lived in a more modest house and given the rest of the money to charity. But he refused to do that because he's a greedy piece of shit.
He's a socialist. He believed that all his money should be his money and your money should be his money.
Pretty much.
That's what the champagne socialists believe. They believe that the peasantry.
Yeah, do it right. He's a champagne socialist.
By the way, that's not socialism. That's marriage.
Oh.
That depends on who you're married to.
Yeah, it does.
I can actually say yes, it does. And the anecdote has been a lot of the people in my family and my friends, because they don't follow the whole thing of basically the whole bullshit of just happy wife, happy life, because that's fucked up bullshit.
In a traditional household, the way it generally works is the wife's money is the wife's money, the man's money is the family's money. That's the traditional, we don't get a lot of traditional relationships in 2024, but the traditional relationship, that's the dynamic for the most part.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Yeah, but but that was because, in a time when women weren't supposed to go out working. The man was the breadwinner.
No, I agree. I'm just saying that what James said is the traditional setup of a marriage is that the man's wife is family money, the woman's money is the woman's money.
Rule number 50.
Well, remember, I have no problem with the sandwich maker going to war.
Together and then do that.
Hold on.
I
Sorry, Captain.
agree with you.
I didn't hear what you said.
Put all your money together for bills and food and household and then stuff like.
Honestly, I agree with Kefki. You should pull your money, pay everything that you need, and divide the rest equally.
Well, I'm kind of like this.
I'll say basically you mean generate wealth. It's like a family wealth.
Well, in order to generate family wealth, you gotta fuck your sister.
That's true.
True story.
Exactly. That's
pass.
why I'm gonna be poor. I have no sisters.
I've got a sister, but I'm not willing to. I'm
Yeah.
not willing to make money, so I will forego the intergeneration.
You sure? You can always generate a lot more wealth. You know, keep it in the family.
I understand, but I will not cross that bridge. I will just accept the money that I already have on my own.
Okay.
I agree with Terry on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what Terry said earlier about as far as old school thinking, marriage was a couple way old school people think about marriage. I have no problem with the sandwich maker going to work, but the sandwiches still have to be made.
Yes.
Yeah,
James.
you can make your own damn sandwich.
James, did you let your dishwasher go outside?
It started running fine, and then it ran away.
In a traditional relationship, what James is saying is right, where the wife can do a job to make money, but the domestic duties have to be done first. Like they are the bigger priority.
So
Exactly.
back in, hey, Mr. Scott, back in the day, like I'll say like the 50s, the wife did like she was the Avon lady. You know, she had something that didn't take a lot of her time away from the house. I mean, but nowadays you kind of do need two incomes to do anything, or one of you need a really high paying job.
And if you're going to have kids, mothers should be the first teachers. Dad should always be the disciplinary. You know, if you want to be friends with your dad, you do that at 21 years of age.
You were saying something, Terry, about?
I think all you need to do is deport all the illegals and dismantle feminism, and you can go back to the way things used to be. That's what's creating the situation where women need to work.
All right, if everything, keep it down. If both spouses are employed full time, especially if they have similar salaries, they should do. Agree. If you both are bringing in the same amount of money, then sure. But say the person with the higher paying salary, you know, it's unequal. It's a 70-30 split. The person doing the 30 should do more of the household stuff.
Yeah, I mean, for the benefit of Kyivedam, everything I'm saying is in the context of a traditional relationship. If yours is not a traditional relationship, and very few are in 2024, then yeah, like if both people in the relationship are making the same amount of money, then it is completely unfair for only one of them to have domestic duties. Like that is absurd.
Okay. Well, I need to preface this. I should have gotten without saying, but I am joking. Okay.
James just realized he could get himself in trouble.
James is always in
No.
James, when aren't you in trouble?
Well, I went back and was looking at some of the comments that Kyivedam had and all that. I'm going, oh boy, I'm fixing to piss her off. But let me go ahead and say, I am joking. I am taking a male chauvinist position as a joke. Honestly.
Well, I mean, I'm honestly not. I'm not joking. I think in the context of a traditional relationship, what you're saying is valid. It's just that you can't have traditional relationships very often in 2024 because not many men are able to support a family on a single income anymore.
Not many men are able to want to break their back to support the family. People are shit. All right, I want to play some mouthwash.
Oh,
So-
Listerine. Yeah.
You about to say something, James, before I play mouthwash? And he dropped. Hopefully he'll be back.
Sophia? Yeah? Did you take my phone? No. Get it
I love that. It especially irked me since my mother bought the house that I live in. Yes, we've seen it. We've seen this already, but Angela likes it so much, so it has become visual mouthwash. Like when we need a palate cleanser, we play that.
Oops, I did that one.
All right, Angela, I have 2 articles in there, and
Am I starting with 159,000 or most
Yes.
qualified 159,000?
yes, ma'am.
Welcome back, James.
James is
Thank
back.
you. I hit a button.
You heard a button.
I hit a button.
Oh,
Sorry.
bless you.
That is the girliest sneeze ever.
Okay.
Excuse me?
I know it's not a
I love
use-
that.
That's the girliest sneeze ever.
Okay.
I love it, Rodden.
Stalker who sent 159,000 messages in 10 months to a man she met on millionaire dating site and broke into his home after a single date wants her case to go to trial because she thinks jury will clear her and order her to marry a alleged victim. Yeah, she got
Holy
crazy eyes
shit.
too.
That's not how these things work.
Wait a minute.
Okay. The person she was talking was his name Matt Jarbo.
No.
No, because he would have married her in 10 seconds flat.
Wait a minute. Matt Jarbo isn't a millionaire. So what the fuck is he doing on a millionaire dating site?
Hoping
Very
to
true.
get this chick. Now this is broken down into bullet points. Jacqueline Ades, however you say her name, allegedly stalked the man for 10 months after they met on a dating site designed for millionaires. Sent texts like, "I'd make sushi out of your kidneys and chopsticks out of your hand bones."
Bitch is fucking
That's
insane.
so romantic. She
Oh,
broke
it's not
into his
yet.
home
Yes.
in April of 2018 while he was out of the country, and police found her taking a bath. A butcher knife was in the front seat of her car outside. Ades, whatever, has been behind bars since May of 2018, was found incompetent to stand trial. Well, gee, see kidneys and hand bones. She believes a jury would find her innocent and want her to marry the man.
If that's
Again.
new, the modern court system, I wouldn't be surprised if she's right.
An Arizona woman who allegedly sent 159,000 text messages to a man and broke into his home after they went on a single date believes the jury would find her innocent. What were you going to say, Ben?
Can you do me a favor and go back up to the top for a second?
Sure.
Of the chick where she's all made up in her right there. See, that's what they post on Etsy, and that's what you actually get.
Etsy.
No,
Yeah,
James.
He means Instagram.
Oh,
James. No, this is the commercial, and this is the actual the commercial. The hamburger, the actual hamburger.
Exactly. I mean, yeah.
Jacqueline Aids was found mentally incompetent to stand trial in March, but she wants a jury to hear her case, believing they will even order her to marry the man. They're going to say you're not guilty, and on top of it, we demand you to get married. Aids told the Arizona Republic in a new jailhouse interview. Aids has been behind bars at the Maricopa County Estrella Jail since May of 2018, after she allegedly stalked and harassed the man for 10 months. She sent him threatening texts, including one that read, "I'd make sushi out of your kidneys and chopsticks out of your hand bones." Another one read, "Oh, what would I do with your blood? I want to bathe in it." Aids and the man, who has only been identified as the CEO of a company that sells skincare and spa products, met on a dating site.
This bitch is nuttier than squirrel shit.
She claimed the pair met on Luxy, an online dating service that calls itself the best luxury millionaire matchmaker dating app. Luxy can only be accessed by those who earn more than $200,000, or if they are voted in by other members based on their attractiveness. Authorities said Aids and the man chatted on the site for a few days and then went on one date. Although the man told Aids he did not want to see her again, she allegedly began texting him incessantly, up to 500 times a day, in July of 2017. She parked outside his house. In April of 2018, the man, who was out of the country, called police and said surveillance video showed that Aids was inside his home. Officers found Aids taking a bath in his home. When officers asked why she was there, she began referring to scientific equations. "I guess that I made a whole scenario in my head where I live here, so I came here and pretended that's what was happening," she told them.
Crazy eyes.
Officers also found a large butcher knife in her car at the time. After she failed to appear in multiple court hearings, Aids was arrested the following month. On the way to prison, she told officers, "He said to me, 'Go away,' for the last 16 months, and I couldn't, because the more I loved him, the more I learned about the secrets of the universe." Aids also told the Republic that she had been abducted by Walt Disney, who said she is a member of the Illuminati with his own spaceship. Does that sound crazy? "It sounds like I'm crazy," she said. "My mom says they're going to put you back in Rule 11 court if you go around telling people. But it's a true story. I'm not lying." Matthew Leathers, Aids' attorney, requested a Rule 11 hearing in January after she turned down a plea deal. The deal would have allowed Aids to be released from prison with time served. She would have been on probation for 10 years and forbidden from contacting the man. I don't think it would have done any help. But Aids, who has pleaded guilty to charges of stalking and criminal trespassing, refused the deal, claiming she thought that it wasn't real and that the man was testing her resolve. Leathers said 2 of the 3 mental health professionals who met with Aids found her mentally incompetent to stand trial, but restorable. One ruled that she was mentally competent. An appointed psychologist is now meeting with Aids in prison in the attempt to restore her to competency. They must ensure she understands the charges against her and can assist in her own defense. The psychologist has 21 months to either restore AIDS to competency, allowing her case to go back to trial, or deem her not restorable. AIDS case will be dismissed without prejudice if she's found not to be restorable. She could then be committed to a mental institution, appointed a legal guardian, or could be released.
Don't release her. Don't do that one.
I just think it's ridiculous. I can't believe that it turned into this, it said. I can't believe that I'm actually in jail over some text messages. AIDS continued to claim that her threatening texts were just jokes.
It's just
And
a
that's
prank,
the
bro.
end. It was just some jokes, bro.
That's actually not the end. I
Oh, it's
said
not?
if I had a perverted imagination, what would I think? She added, and then I wrote all these weird messages, just like I was literally playing with my imagination, and it turned out that scared him. Well, AIDS believes there is no way the jury would find her guilty. She said she would be fine with staying in prison if they do. She also claimed that she wouldn't contact the man if she was released from prison because she believes he would contact her himself. AIDS' next hearing is scheduled for May 21st.
And that's the end. God, she's crazy.
She's not crazy. She is crazy, but she's also fucking entitled. This is what you get when you don't get punished as a kid. You get everything handed to you. You think everybody likes you and you're entitled to somebody else's affection and then life and blah, 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 blah. Stupid bitch.
Yeah, but I'm listening to what this bitch is saying, honey, and she's nutty as a fruitcake.
Yeah.
She made Kefki look sane.
Whoa, thank you. What kind of dig is that, Tara? What kind of...
That was lovely.
James, we don't need to
I
hear
am
how...
sane. I might be... I'd have a legal guardian and stuff, but I'm not crazy. Fuck you!
I was saying, James, we don't care. You could fix her.
Well, here's the thing.
Did you say James could fix her? That lady?
He could fix her.
I
Oh,
could
God.
fix it. A couple of weeks in my dungeon, she'd be set straight.
She'd be limping a lot, wouldn't she?
Oh yeah,
I
she
think
would be
the
living a
only-
while. She'd be living to breathe.
I think the only way you could fix that woman is with a tire iron.
God damn!
Wow.
Violent Kefki.
Wow.
This is why I love Midwestern women. See, but honestly,
Wow.
the millionaire needs to take some responsibility. Because if you're going to invite this woman into your home on one date, this is what you get.
It didn't sound like he invited her into his home after one date. They went on a date and didn't go to his house.
She must have stalked him. She was stalking him.
She's been stalking him, babe.
But she sent him 159,000 texts. Like, I know your data plan don't cover that.
James, not everybody recognizes the crazy eyes.
Oh, I recognize crazy eyes.
I know you do.
You have crazy eyes.
Well, there's crazy, and then there's holy shit. You're going to end up with a horse's head in your bed. And the fact that the man did not recognize that this was a horse's head type of woman, that is on him entirely.
That's true.
Well, that
Maybe
is what
he
the
will
tire
be-
iron is for, the frontal lobotomy. It's just a different way of doing it, you see.
Exactly.
Wow.
You want to see a tire iron has that flat edge where you can make sure you get all of it at once.
James.
Wow, I have some violent friends. I approve. What?
I'm sorry.
I want to,
Don't be
with
smart.
the reclusive millionaire that Terry Diamantis is, I would like to hear his thoughts on it.
Yeah, Tyra, you're a millionaire. Tell us your perspective.
There's a reason I don't date.
Remember, he had to deal with the abos. They may put
Oh, I
roots
wouldn't
on
date
him
an
and shit.
abo. Come on.
Huh? You wouldn't date an abo.
This just keeps getting worse.
Tyra, you wouldn't date.
Down, down, down. Where do we go? I'm gonna hit rock bottom. What do you know?
Tyra, are you a racist?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
What's your race? The 100-meter dash or what?
Yeah. Well, no, I hate all races. That's what makes me a racist. I will not run 100 meters. I will not run a marathon. I will not run in any race whatsoever.
And you don't like NASCAR either, right?
I will not run, Sam. I am.
I will not run, Tyra. I am.
So you don't like auto racing either?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, at least he's
He doesn't
bilateral.
like racing on feet, in a boat, in a moat.
He will not race. He will not race in the street. He will not race with Vin Diesel. He does not like racing. Tired he is. Alright, next one is most qualified, but I need to get me something to drink, so Angela, you can read that one if you want. I'm listening on I'm listening on my headphones, so don't worry too much.
What?
Yes.
Saying the most qualified
Oh, that's
person
bullshit.
should get the job is a microaggression. Britain's top universities insist. I'm suddenly very glad I don't live in Britain.
One of these penny wearing, tea drinking sieves know.
Britain's top universities warn staff and students that saying the most qualified person should get the job is a microaggression. Russell Group universities, including the University of Glasgow, have issued guidance and even provided training courses to educate people on how to eliminate microaggressions. Guidance from the Scottish University alongside the Engineering Department of Imperial College London insisted that using the phrase was discriminatory. Now I have to interrupt myself. The most qualified person should not be the person in your engineering department?
Not if they're white.
Stay away from London. It's going to collapse.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down.
Fair lady.
Glasgow University's guidance is the latest advice from their anti-racism campaign, and the university explained that the phrase ignored the idea that race plays a part in life success. The top universities said that other examples of microaggressions, subtle or thinly veiled everyday forms of discrimination, could include telling people that everyone can succeed if they work hard enough.
But that's true.
Yeah.
I think you're right. There's two races, criminal and normal. And the normal people tend to have better outcomes. So I think that makes sense.
The university suggested that the statement meant that some people only got their job to tick a box or fill a quota. The other examples of microaggressions included what?
Projection.
Other example. What are you?
No,
Nothing
I was saying
said projection.
No. I was saying that's projection. Like
You need to
saying,
clarify. Just saying projection doesn't help.
sorry,
I
eating
thought
a
I
cookie.
misread something.
No, I'm sorry, I was eating a cookie. It's saying that it's suggesting that only people got it because of the tick a box or fill a quota, and that's the only fucking reason why they got it. Then you know why they got it. Like that's most jobs nowadays, honestly. Oh well, we need a black person. We need a Hispanic. You're not the most qualified, but we need one. So we're gonna pass up a more qualified.
Well, they
applicant.
literally said that they shouldn't hire qualified people, which is why I'm not going to London anytime soon, because it's gonna fall down on my head. But like the whole city.
Here's my problem with this. And the problem is that they're going to use these studies to try and keep shit going on here in America. It's going to spill over. I mean, because it's half your
old stuff, right?
I'm saying what?
You do remember that Tyr said that this is old stuff that he's wanted to get out of his.
Yeah. I mean, this is the kind of shit that keeps
this is
things
fairly
going.
This is fairly recent, 2024. So.
Okay, so see, the thing of it is, like these CEOs, now your board has to be filled half with women. In California, that whole mandate shit. This is where these studies come from. That's what allowed that to come into existence, and it's only going to get worse. Now, last time I checked, most of England was, or the UK was, mostly white.
They're fixing that, don't worry.
Okay, so it's almost all white now? And the thing of it is they're making a non-issue worse by having a whole bunch of white people say microaggressions are a thing. Do you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah. But you know, I always find it funny that the one screeching the loudest, the usual banshees, are usually liberal white people. You know, oh well, this is racist. Says who? Well, I know better because I took like 5 years of gender studies and I have like 2 degrees in underwater basket weaving and social racial psychology. Yeah, so I'm highly qualified to speak on these matters.
I'm highly qualified to.
Somebody else is that whole thing like let the people defend themselves.
Exactly. I'm a big boy. I can defend myself.
I'm highly qualified to speak on these matters. I've told millions of racial jokes.
Who the fuck would want something handed to them just for the color of their skin, though?
Black people.
Pieces of shit.
Have you not seen Section 8 housing and Medicare or a lot of disabled recipients?
And whatnot, that's not just predominantly black women, because if you've ever seen a trailer park,
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
in the
said.
trailer park.
And I'm not saying, well, yeah. Well, you could go with the trailer park thing, but I mainly go with like, in the past year, I've gone into these places, and I'm going, wow. I'm going, just on the, I mean, if you were to sit there and take a paint sample board, I'm going, I'm going to throw into the paint on the paint board here.
I put it to you like this. Lazy motherfuckers are going to be lazy motherfuckers. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic. If you're lazy, you're going to be lazy. And you're going to want somebody to give you something. For free. So, all this does is pander to... It's a guilt complex from the people saying it. And it's a, I can use this to get free shit from the people accepting it. If you don't want that free shit, then you don't accept it. Like, I can work for my goddamn self, and my best friend, I used to have this conversation all the fucking time. You know, if there's a white guy, he's more qualified than I am, hire the white guy.
That sounds awfully racist of you, T.
Yeah, but I don't want to be given anything. Everything I have, I've earned myself. Everything that I've accomplished, I've done it myself. I don't need anyone. Oh, well, Justin, you're black, so we got to give you an extra helping hand. You know? Fuck you. I don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the difference between a handout and a hand up.
You know, that shit pisses me off to no end. And in the content microaggressions, that shit is not a... Microaggression is the dumbest fucking term ever. And hold on 1 second, I gotta blow my nose.
You know, they have this wonderful thing called mute to do that.
Yeah, but I want all y'all to hear me blow my nose. That way you know I'm a real person and not a robot like Terry.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure Terry has a recording of someone blowing his nose.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I just mute whenever I need to sneeze or cough or whatever.
I try to.
Play recording 532 of me blowing my nose.
Microaggression just means small aggression, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't understand how.
All right, so a microaggression is something so benign that you don't think it's wrong when you do it, but it is wrong when you do it.
The implication here,
it's a dog whistle.
Is that no?
No.
Let me say what I was going to say, please.
Yes, ma'am.
The implication here is that saying the most qualified person should get the job is a microaggression because you're saying that everybody who didn't get the job wasn't qualified.
Well, that's actually true.
But yeah,
it wasn't an aggression, it was being responsible to your company.
Yeah, not everybody can be qualified for certain jobs. It's like if I went to school to be I don't know, funeral mortician, that doesn't mean I could go operate on somebody that's alive, you know. Just because I don't have to cut up a dead body, I can't cut up a living person and them still be living, I mean.
To explain
Go ahead, Terrybot.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. It's nothing.
Go ahead.
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You and your agreeable nature. I love you, buddy.
I'm sorry, I just don't understand.
I've always looked at a microaggression like a micro penis. You know, it's just annoying enough. It's not going to do anything, but it's just annoying enough.
James, your metaphor. I love your metaphor.
You know, you're going to get shaky, you're going to get out of breath, but at the end of the day, it ain't doing nothing.
So basically, it's just a way of people saying, "Oh, you're wrong," because I don't know, like, "Oh, you're being racist by saying something that makes sense." Like, somebody that's not qualified for a job should not have that job, right? I don't know. I don't understand.
Microaggressions are retarded.
All right, so did y'all hear about how certain airlines are going to start hiring more black and minority pilots and more female
and
pilots?
Blind people, yes.
That's essentially what this is. Like, at some point, they're going to fuck up and they're not going to be qualified and people are going to lose their life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is the worst case scenario.
And that's worse. And even then, like, even with the most qualified, shit like that does happen already. People lose their lives in planes, but now you're adding the factor of, oh, well, he was a D student in flight school. Well, he was black, so we just hired him because we needed a black man to be a pilot.
We don't know why he kept avoiding the landing the landing training.
Yeah, he always called out. You know, he was always sick during landing practice, or he take off. He just rushed it. You know, he didn't do all the procedures, and that's what's going to happen.
Well, eventually, they're gonna keep pushing this stuff. That you're having the aggression, and then it's going to escalate. People are actually going to start having aggression, and that's not going to be good. Because people get sick of being told they're doing something when they're not actually doing it, and then they turn around and do that thing, but they do it in a big manner.
Yeah, it falls to the old adage. Basically, they're trying to create the monsters that they say are there.
Yes.
That they say they're fighting against.
No, all right. So in the end, this is going to have. All right, I'm not going to say our country before 2000, and I'll say 10. No, before the vote that Obama got in. I'm not going to say race relations was perfect, but it was pretty benign. You know, we weren't always at each other's throats, and we realized we had far more in common than we had, you know, different. And then all of a sudden, like, this massive divide happens. You know, oh, well, everything, you know, you gotta pity me because I'm black. No, don't pity me. I'm more than capable of doing whatever the fuck I want. Well, you're too stupid to realize that you're being oppressed. No, I'm pretty sure I can realize when I'm oppressed. I think I'm fairly smart and intelligent. I can see when shit is bad for me. Well, you don't see it because you internalize it. No, that's not how shit works.
It's because I swear it seems like all these people are just looking that they believe that these people need a hero to save them.
I don't.
Except for it's a white savior.
It's usually a white savior, and there are people that have grifted on this. You know, that have, we're going to make a shit ton of money by pretending to, you know, fight the monsters. They're Don Quixote. That's who they are. They're fucking Don Quixote attacking windmills. It's a problem there. There's an object there that they're attacking, but they're saying it's a fucking dragon when it's not.
Well, Tier, I got a good question for you.
Oh, Lord.
When you go to work every day, do you ever feel like your white coworkers are looking at you funny and want to strip search you?
Right.
And want to do what?
And want to strip search you? Do you ever have that feeling?
That's just a few of them, but that's not. They want to strip search him in the bad way. They want to strip search him in the brown chicken brown cow way.
Yeah, they want to touch my chocolate splendor.
Wow.
You know, they want to do the Bloodhound Gang song. You know, Foxtrot, uniform, Charlie, Kilo.
No.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Roll it back now.
I like the Rammstein version of that. You saw that, didn't you?
Yes, I like that one too. Angela, you ain't gotta read this one. That was enough brain cancer.
I didn't even get into the article.
It's just the stupidity of it. It's enough brain cancer for the night, and I'm going to claim it as clearing it out. Boom, this. I want to do some asshole stories.
Cool.
Official Tier wants to do an asshole.
Yes.
Wow.
Gender. And he's not shy on what gender it is either.
Phrasing.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Let's pick out some good ones. Go to Everybody Sucks. Am I the asshole for stupid through my mom's phone? No, that doesn't look.
Yes, you are.
Snooping through your mom's phone?
It's a fairly long one. I'll read it. Let me.
That's what she said.
This. Put it inside in chat for everybody. You know, read along. Okay. For a little context, I 17 female. Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. Live with my mom, 41, my sister, 15, and my brother, 12. My parents are divorced, and my dad lives around an hour away from us. Recently, I asked my mom if my sister and I could go to my dad's house to visit him for the weekend since he didn't have to work. It was our first visit to him of the year, and usually we go to visit him. When we go to visit him, I'll text him and arrange it, and then drive down there either by myself or with my siblings. This time, I wanted to go with just my sister so I could talk with her about it. Then asked if my dad was free, and he said yes. I asked my mom about it, and she said, "What about your brother?" And eventually we agreed that if my dad asked why he didn't come down, we'd say he was just busy with other plans this weekend and he could go by himself next weekend. We planned to leave around 7 p.m. because I had a goddamn, this is a long backstory. 2 to 6 shift at work. When I got home, my mom came up to me and told me that my dad invited my brother down as well. I was kind of upset and just packed and got in the car to leave. Around halfway there, we stopped to get food, and I calmed down a little and asked my brother if my dad had actually texted him because he had never done that before. He said no, and that my mom had actually asked him if he wanted to go. After the trip, I confronted her, and she changed the story and said that my dad had texted her asking if my brother could come down, so she asked him. I found this suspicious, though, because my parents never text each other. They always make plans through us, so when she wasn't near her phone, I went through her messages with my dad, and she initiated the conversation saying that my brother was going to come down as well. I also looked through her call log to see if they had called about it instead, and she didn't call him. I told her I did this, and she just said I need to learn privacy and left. My sister also told me she texted her later, complaining that I was ignoring her, and it wasn't fair because she hadn't done anything wrong. She won't talk to me now, I'm starting to realize that even though I don't care that much about people going through my phone, everyone is different, and I do technically need to include my brother in more things, so she was probably just trying to help. Am I the asshole? Yeah. All right. The question being asked, are you the asshole for sniffing through your mom's phone? Yes, you are.
Yes.
You are most definitely the asshole. But your mom is the asshole too.
That wasn't the question.
No.
Besides, she's trying to look out for her kids and that whole thing to make sure all three of them are actually spending time with their father so the eldest sister can suck a dick.
I look at it like this. The only asshole in this is the daughter, and little girl going to learn a big girl lesson if she ever went through my phone.
James, stop threatening to beat your kids on stream.
No, there would be no beating. But I guarantee you, they would learn for a fact that if they want to stick themselves in an adult role, I'll put them in the one.
Tybot.
I mean, she shouldn't have looked through her mum's phone. That is just not ever really acceptable. Mother's an asshole for going behind the daughter's back. I mean, this is another one. You should have just spoken to each other. Like, the mother should have said, look, I want you to bring your brother. And they could have discussed why not. Probably the mother would have the final say, seeing as the kid's only, 17? Mm-hmm. Still under the mother's authority. The mother should have just said, you're bringing your brother, my house, my rules, or your father's house, his rules, whatever. But, yeah, I think don't look through your mum's phone, but also just talk to your kids. Like, don't stealthily plot behind their back, because that's just going to make them not trust you.
Kefki.
Alright.
Go. Thoughts?
She shouldn't have looked through her mom's phone. Her mom was being conniving, manipulative bitch that was lying. So her mom should have just did what Terry said and been direct and said, no, you're taking your brother. End of story. Instead of lying and fabricating crap to make her child not trust her. Yeah. Bump bump.
What up, Green Badger?
Badger?
Yeah, she's an asshole. Let's find another one. This is my favorite part of the show.
Yeah, it would be.
Wow, would you say that? Am I the asshole for asking my boyfriend to unfollow us on social media?
I'm gonna have to drop,
Okay.
but y'all have a good night, sweet dreams, and pray for my phone.
See you, James.
See you,
Good
James.
night, James.
Later,
Hi,
James.
Fox.
Curse you,
Bye.
James's phone.
Curse you, James's phone. Hey, Will, I'm dropping the link in the chat. Not the chat, the
DM.
Discord. Yeah.
You're getting a link.
He's gonna be all up your DMs.
You gonna be up in my DMs, yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
wow.
Snoopy through mom's phone. I like this one. Am I the asshole for telling my friend the wrong answers during examination?
Why were you telling your friend the answers?
We'll find out.
Let me put this in chat. And I'll wait, because once I start reading, I'll kind of forget that he's coming. There he is. What up, Catsbringer?
Oh, so charming.
What?
That was well brought up. Too bad you weren't.
Grammatical errors. Am I the asshole for telling my friend the wrong answer during the examination? 20 Fahrenheit, are friends with Hannah, 20 Fahrenheit, for 3 years now. We met when we were freshmen. At first, I get that college lessons are hard. Then we were in forensic subjects, also math. So we pretty much... So again, she said English isn't her first language, so I'm reading as written. So we pretty much help each other in assignments and note-taking. Hannah has a boyfriend, 21 meters. This boy, he's the living definition of lazy. This boy does not review, always acts like a child, and do nothing but to keep help for his academics. Hannah helped her a lot, and some answers were even from me. I despise that man. He's not even good looking. Okay.
Wow.
Years passed. I started noticing that I was doing most of the work. All Hannah did was remind me of deadlines. She made excuses about her relationship that I was hurt, that is hurting her. And whenever I talk to her, she's always drained. From quizzes to our exams, I was the only one who reviewed and the only one only got 2 hours of sleep. She will sit beside me at examination day and ask for answers when the time starts. I can't ignore her because she will raise her voice, and if the professor hears that, our papers will be caught and marked 10%, 10-point deduction, plus we will get suspended. So for 2 years, I was the one who was providing answers, and she was the one reminding me of deadlines. I can't just stop talking to her. I always see her every day, and we're living in the same town. Last examination, I studied the whole night before and even made 300 flashcards to review some topics. All she did was cry about her relationship, complain about the reviewer I made for her to review, and complained about household chores. I was fed up. At examination day, she asked for the answers. Mind you, all of the answers from 1 to 100, and I gave her the letters. Of course, it was all wrong. I passed my paper first. By the time our grade was announced, her grade was like 87 or something, and I got a 96. And she complained to me that why did she get a lower grade? I said that I honestly didn't know. While I feel guilty, she will find her scores out sooner or later. Should I tell her that I told her the wrong answers? And any advice to tell her that she needs to stand on her own feet, because this reviewing for her shit is draining the hell out of me. Don't get me wrong, she's nice and we talk about life a lot, but I'm also getting tired of her and her boyfriend benefiting from my hard work. Yes, her boyfriend sits with us during exams. Oh God, Jesus Christ, this is hard to read.
It's a yes and no thing. If anything, you should have just been like, look, I understand that it's like that you're having relationship problems and whatnot. But if you're going to go through this much, fucking break up with him. Otherwise, put in the work. I got shit to do. And then also, since she reminds you of like when due dates are, set a goddamn alarm. Or they have these wonderful apps in cell phones now called a calendar. You dumbass nonce.
And they even set off. They even set off an alarm that tells you when you're.
I think the friend's an asshole.
Will says he hit the wrong button.
Yeah, he got me.
Oh, there he is. Hi, he.
I just had to wait for him to finish reading.
Yeah, that's oh God, Jesus Christ. That's she's a bitch. Her friend, not her. And I don't think she's an asshole.
I think she's
a pushover.
Yeah, I think she's an asshole to have let herself get used that much for that long.
Like your friend isn't learning anything, and essentially you are doing her work for you, and eventually you will get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and eventually this person's going to have a degree that they didn't earn. They're going to get stuck in a position, searching for a job that they're not qualified for.
But on paper, they're qualified for.
Yeah.
That's why just remember, folks, there is a definite reason to start taking care of yourself now, because your future doctor is cheating their way through their exams.
Yup. Again, and they're like forensic. She said she was in forensic something. Yeah, forensic subject. So, crime lab shit.
If you've watched any of those trials where the police really completely screwed up the investigation, this is why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tyrabot, thoughts?
I'm going to disagree. I think she is an asshole. I think there's a better way to handle it than sabotaging her exam. Just talk to her. Say, you're not pulling your weight. I'm not going to give you the answers anymore. You don't need to, pretend to go along with it and give it. Just have a conversation. Just say, look, I'm not happy with doing all the work and you mooching off my answers. I don't really care that you're having problems with your boyfriend. Your study is your own responsibility.
Kefki.
Sorry, I'm getting really tired.
It's all good. It's all good, love.
I think she's.
Don't push yourself.
She could be an asshole, but I'd probably do the same thing and give the wrong answers, because that's fucking annoying. Do your own work.
Okay. Alright, so the third one is, am I the asshole over walnut shrimp?
What?
That's what it says. That's what it says. I'll put it in chat. Am I the asshole over walnut shrimp? Am I the asshole for... okay, I'll read. Am I the asshole for being mad at my boyfriend for taking a piece of my honey walnut shrimp?
Yes.
Wow.
If he did not ask and you did not say yes, doesn't matter what sex, you're an asshole. If the person who took the food.
All right. Okay. Let us read. 28 Fahrenheit, and my boyfriend 28 meters ordered Panda Express for dinner. I had a long and physically emotionally exhausting 10-hour day at work, and by the time I got home, I didn't want to cook anything. My boyfriend offered to DoorDash Panda Express, and I happily said yes. We don't get Panda very often, and the honey walnut shrimp is one of my absolute favorite foods. Our order arrived, and I brought it to the table, only for my boyfriend to discover they had left one of his two entrees. They left out one of his two entrees. He got a refund and started from DoorDash while I started to eat my meal. After he finished on the act, he looked at me and said, "Give me 3 of your honey walnut shrimp." Okay, you're an asshole. Not the boyfriend is an asshole. I immediately got upset and said that the shrimp was my favorite part and that I wasn't expecting or wanted to share. He raised his voice and said that he paid for the meal and the least I could do was give him what he wanted because his order had been messed up. I said that his order missing and
I'm going to interject in that whole thing, all of that. It's like, yeah, okay, you paid. That's still irrelevant. You're being a complete dick.
That was
being a child.
They are not. Mm-hmm. You are not entitled to that food that you gave to someone else.
Honestly, I don't think she's in. Like you said, I'm not even gonna read because at this point I kind of see what the fuck is going on. He wanted her food, and she didn't. She was tired. She was hungry. She just wanted to eat. And just because your food got fucked up didn't make,
again, it's also that whole thing. He probably could have gotten a piece or two if he'd have said, "Hey, babe, since my food got messed up, can I get a couple pieces? And when my stuff gets here, I'll give you some of mine." She'd probably be more willing. But he turned and goes, "Give me 3 of yours." And it's like, that's not how this works, buddy.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Hey, babe, can you give me like 2 shrimp to tide me over until my food gets back here?
I'll get you back.
I got you. I just want 2 shrimp, something to calm the stomach down and let me have the strength to wait.
Yeah, here's the balance. Here's the balance of it. He's high on the score for just demanding and then taking. The approach to that is, pose the scenario, ask if she's willing to give you a couple, and if she says no, deal.
Shit, go eat an apple. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, she said she didn't want to cook. I'm pretty sure there was food already in there. Why don't you just make you a small snack to wait till your food got there?
As far as her, she's not a 0. Maybe a 3 or a 5 for basically in the situation there, not offering 1 or 2. I mean, you don't have to, but if your consideration is, am I going to be nice or am I going to be a jerk? Hey, they just left out 2 of his entrees.
No, he left out 1 of his entrees.
Was it 1 or 2? I thought they...
No, one. They left out 1 of his 2 entrees. So he still had food.
Oh, so he's got a full entree still, just not the 2. Okay, so maybe... No, roll that back. If he had 1 of 2 entrees and it wasn't just a bowl of rice, then yeah, you don't have to offer anything.
Yeah. Guys, I'm so terribly sorry. I'm gonna have to hop off here.
Hey, no worries. You get yourself some rest. Take care of yourself.
Okay, Hellcat, sorry.
Get some
Go to sleep.
Good
night,
Bye-bye.
Night, Kefki.
Bye.
Kefki down. Kefki down.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
I know. It's like when Jack, goes too long and he has to go. It's all good. I say that the boyfriend may be, like you said, very high up there. He's still not bread guy or grandpa or steak guy.
I mean, he's definitely in double digits.
He's definitely in double digits.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, easily a 15, possibly even closer to 18.
Thoughts, Tyribot?
If he had food, just not all of his food, then he's in no position to be demanding food from his girlfriend. That's ridiculous.
I still wouldn't find fault with him if he said, basically, hey, babe, they left off one entire entree. Would you be willing to spare 1 or 2 shrimp? And if she said yes, go with it. If she says no, fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Asking would be fine. Demanding is way out of line.
Yeah.
I got one better for you. Why not, hey, babe? I know you like honey walnut, so could you give me like some of your other entree, because I'm pretty sure they got 2. They both got 2 entrees. Hey, babe, could you give me a little bit of yours? I'll give you whatever I got, to compensate. A fair trade.
They probably both ordered honey walnut shrimp, which is why the order got fucked up to begin with.
That's probably what it is. Again, all right. Even if I did pay, say we ordered out, and I did pay for it, and say they got my order wrong, I wouldn't even be that pissed. Like, I guess I'll have whatever this is.
Yeah, say when they mess up, the refund process on that does do a very good job of making you whole. If something is missing or if something is wrong, they typically refund more than the cost of the item.
This is
yes.
true.
So essentially, you didn't pay for the food. You didn't have to pay that much, and you still get to keep the food. Like you made out like a bandit in this situation. So again, I don't see, dude, you're an asshole, and lady, you're fine. Like, next time, I don't know. Like,
Next
some
time,
people,
pick a less anal dude.
Yes. Next time, choose your partners better. All right. Am I the asshole for wanting to invite my boyfriend on a trip? Nope. For asking my mom to back off. New car situation. What is this? It's a short one.
Situation with the car that is not the old situation.
It's a short one. Be better partners. Duh. The new car situation. My 2014 vehicle bit the dust due to a mechanical issue. I have an hour commute due to where I work, so I have specific needs. Her commute is walking distance. I finally decided to get a crossover SUV. I co-signed on the loan with my wife. My credit is rebuilding. She said she deserved the new car, a 2020 versus her 2016, because of the fact she co-signed the last car. She also said that I can just have hers. I don't feel this is fair. Even if I believe she does deserve it, I'm thinking of telling her that the car should be mine and I'm just driving it. Am I wrong? Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
Need more context.
Honestly, with the whole thing of like the co-signing, it wouldn't make it hers. Like if my folks were to co-sign on a vehicle I bought, it would not mean that they get to have my vehicle. She's pulling the same thing a lot of people do. She's wanting to live the bougie, like show a little more bouginess and whatnot, and that she should have the newest vehicle because that's what she deserves.
It sounds like she co-signed on both vehicles, and she's figuring that if she,
I mean, honestly, I'd put it this way: if he has to do more, well, I put it this way: if he has to do more driving, he should be driving the more fuel-efficient vehicle.
I agree with that, but there's nothing that says how fuel efficient the other vehicle is. So.
Yeah.
I put it like this: whoever's paying for the car should have the car. If he's paying for the car, then he should have the car.
It depends on if they're paying, if it's just going to be one of their regular household bills.
True.
That's true too. But I still say I need more context. This one is too.
This just sounds like he's being a dumbass and just went for the wrong vehicle because he saw that since his vehicle went out, he's like, oh, I can get something newer. And because it's newer and shinier, she's thinking, well, I should get something newer. And it's just like, bro, you should have went with something that was fuel efficient, and especially in this fucking economy.
Right.
Yeah.
If they're married, it's both cars belong to both of them, realistically. So we can't.
Yes, but some people are fucking retarded. Not just fucking retards. They're just retarded.
Some people.
Yeah, but like
sometimes it is a group retardation. Sorry, Terry.
No, I'm just saying that if they're married, then both cars belong to both of them. So whoever needs the car gets the car that's appropriate for their needs. Whatever, shouldn't be an issue.
That's how it should go.
Everyone.
Not how a lot of people do that shit. I mean, look at all of us here trying to actually be progressive and shit, and then this dumbass shit still happens.
Yeah. Catchbringer, thoughts?
Not really enough information to say. There's potential all around here, but one of the things that the commenters got is totally right. Is y'all should have talked about this beforehand.
Yeah.
Perhaps even before deciding which car you wanted. Talk about the shopping for a new vehicle and the purpose of it and everything. But I lean in favor of unless you've already got an arrangement where it's like, hey, the nicer vehicle is going this way for a reason. There's reasons to give your wife the newer, nicer vehicle sometimes. Just the general wanting to make sure she's taken care of in the vehicle that's more likely to be consistently reliable and everything, because of the two of you to have broken down on the side of the highway, it's better if it's you than her. But you should have talked this out beforehand, and
I see your opinion on that one, but it
getting
also
it just
depends
because
on,
it's the new shiny.
Who's more mechanically inclined when it comes to automobiles? Because the one who's more mechanically inclined should be the one that I don't care. This sounds ashless. Should be the one that has not necessarily the older vehicle, but the vehicle that's more likely to have a problem.
To break down.
Well, I mean, there's that, or the question of, I'm disabled. I'm not super mechanically inclined. If I had a wife that wasn't super mechanically inclined, it'd be, well, I can sit on the side of the road and feel a little more comfortable with my everyday carry, waiting on roadside assistance than wanting her to be stuck in that situation, even if she's got an everyday carry. But this is something they should have hashed out before doing the car shopping. But she shouldn't get the new shiny just because it's a new shiny.
Yeah, that definitely should not be the reason that anybody gets
and she shouldn't get it just because she's co-signing on the loan. If he's trying to rebuild his credit with this, and he's going to be the primary signer on the loan, and she's only going to be financially responsible, as far as the co-sign thing goes, if he fails to pay. Now, granted, they're married. There's going to be a lot of joint funds on this whole thing, but I kind of suspect that it's not, just from the context, what is part of the context, I suspect it's not they're living off of her income primarily, and she is going to be paying for this out of her income, and his name's just put on there first to work on rebuilding his credit. If you get where I'm going, it's
I know what you're
co-signing
talking
because co-signing because his credit's not great, not placing him on there first specifically to rebuild his credit, but she's going to be paying for it. And also well pointed out that the person with the longer commute, they should be considering that being the person with the more fuel efficient vehicle, which this one could have been. There's some very fuel efficient crossovers these days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the person with the longer commute, he does point out her commute's a short walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if either of the vehicle's notoriously more of a gas guzzler, that's the one she should be driving. Just from an economic standpoint. But I can't say that.
Go ahead, Angela.
If her commute is a short walk, she should be walking.
Yeah, but you know how some people are. Back when I was working at the school, I mean, it was before my accident. I rode my bike, except for during the winter. That was a couple miles one way, like 2-3 miles one way.
Yeah, see, I mean.
Oh.
All right, I found
the inclement weather thing is kind of what changes things and whatnot.
Right.
I found
but I mean, I had a car I could drive during inclement weather, but if it was good weather and everything, weather, it would be, ride my bike to save on the money.
Yeah.
Bad for the fitness either.
All right, this one I like. I just like the title.
Yeah.
All right. Am I the asshole for giving my wife an allowance?
Context needed.
I'm kind of wanting to say yes, unless she's really bad with her money, but
I leave about $300 per week for my wife to use. From what she's told me, it is a majority of it goes to groceries. It's just me, my wife, and our 2-year-old toddler. Yeah, he's an asshole. But she's insisting that she needs more. Today, she's calling me at work, obviously upset while she was out with our toddler. She said that her account is in the negative and that she needs more funds, and that isn't a good feeling to have a crying toddler, and she's unable to request an Uber. I figured that $300 a week is enough, but am I the asshole here? My wife does not work, and she's... Dude, Jesus fucking Christ. You are the asshole, and you are pushing... You are pushing dangerously close to bread guy territory.
I'm just trying to figure out how she can't make do with $300 a week for most of the things, like, and all that. Because, like, okay, if you're having to do an Uber and that whole thing, like, maybe she needs a car. Especially
first
with a
question,
toddler, that would make much more sense to me.
See, the first question I have hits to the, how much are you making, and where's the rest of the money going? Because it could be that 300 is all the disposable income that
they got,
that can be thrown out there once you're taking care of home, utilities, the cost of vehicle for him to be able to commute to and from work.
yeah, but the way he's saying this doesn't sound like that. So what's your and?
I was going to say, and also the question, the question of the Uber and the transportation. But if funds are tight, then dude, take her to the store. Go shopping with her and the toddler.
Yeah, stop trying to pull a fucking Steven Crowder.
Or pick up groceries on the way home. Say, honey, get me a list and I'll pick up groceries on the way home. Now, I could see, for 2 people, a toddler, and that, depending on where you're living, an average $300 a week may be more than enough for all the necessities and a few luxuries. Or if you're someplace like Los Angeles or
California?
New York, probably
barely
most
enough
of
to get by.
California, that might not be enough for buying just food for the two adults. Forget the stuff for the kid. So there's a lot of context missing here, and I will leave it as basically highly plausible that he is, but I can't give a score because I just don't have enough information.
Yeah, he comes. I can't give it a proper score either.
And the other thing is on a counter, calling it an allowance is a misnomer. Because if you're giving her $300 a week for for the groceries, it's grocery money you're giving her.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an allowance. Is it enough? Is it not?
Go ahead.
Is it enough? Is it not enough? Don't know. Is it, all you can afford? Is it being stingy with your resources? Don't know. Just don't have the information. It's not an allowance. Now, if you're, if it was like, hey, I'm the only person earning in the home. We have this much money after all the necessities other than groceries are bought. She gets $300-400 a week for groceries and $100 a week for whatever she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that $100 a week's an allowance, then no, you're not. There's too much. Too much missing. Possibility is high, probability is not low, but just not enough to make a determination.
Right. Terry.
Now what?
Oh,
yeah.
go ahead, Angela.
Go ahead and go with Terry.
No, Angela, you go.
I'm going to bring in some personal stuff here. Because my ex was very big on being controlling, and one of the ways that he did that was making sure that, number one, I did not learn how to drive, which is why I still don't know how to drive, because it was always, I'm going to teach you, I just don't have time, but I'm going to teach you. And then I didn't have to have any of my own money because he was going to take me grocery shopping and all of that stuff. So why did I need money?
What if I wanted to get my nails done?
Well, I mean, unless you're really bad with managing money.
I was actually better with money than he was.
I was the thought's going somewhere. Unless you're like really bad with managing money or spending beyond the means and everything, there's no reason why it shouldn't just be a joint account with both of you having access in the first place. So the only reason to have, the only reason, unless you're looking for, I want to keep funds separate and commingled because I'm planning on bailing. The only reason to have separate accounts between the spouses like that is if it is, hey, person X is really bad at managing money, but what we're going to do is we're going to give them X amount of money that they can use for whatever they want, assuming we can afford it. So yeah, him being controlling on you like that, totally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He just made sure that I couldn't get anywhere to do anything. So since I couldn't go anywhere, what did I need money for? Never mind that I could use public transportation or walk or do whatever.
There's public transportation. There's a grocery store right down the street. There's this, there's that.
Exactly. But it was very much a controlling thing. So depending on what put it in his head that this is an a negative thing. It could just be a control issue and him trying to not look like a bad guy.
Everyone be better.
Yeah.
Ty, you want to say something?
No, I'm good.
God damn it, Ty, about my agreeable friend.
It's Harry's once again. Man, I dodged a bullet by, staying by myself. Thank you.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't have to deal with any of this shit. Yeah. Like, I don't got to deal with none of this crap. Woo!
I don't know how you guys can handle it. It sounds awful.
Oh, there was something I forgot I wanted to bring up earlier. And it's not an article. I just want to show y'all the headlines. So did y'all hear about this West End play tells white theater goers they aren't allowed as it hosts all black audience nights?
What?
Nope.
So it's this let me pull up the here so y'all can see this play in Britain, and this
just quickly, I am gonna need to get going after this because Adam wants to play Street Fighter again, so I've got to make sure I eat before I go do that.
All right, Tarbot, we'll be finishing up soon.
Yeah, but finishing up takes half an hour, so I'm saying after you do this story, I'm gonna be leaving.
He's going to give his opinion and bounce, so he's going to be the first one to give opinion.
Okay. All right, so this essentially it's this West End play, and this guy named I forget the name of the guy. The show right, Jeremy O'Hara's said, white people shouldn't come to the theater on certain nights. It's only for black people only. Mind you, it's this black author, and again, this is what his fucking play is called. And like, he's a British guy. Do we have the video? Just so you can see the fucking look at this guy. No.
Well, if it's in Britain, it's fucking irrelevant.
Here.
Get away with it.
Wait a minute, let me show.
Slave play?
Yep, that's what it's called.
Oh.
And this is the author or the playwright.
I'm gonna hurl.
It's fucking insane. All right, Tyrabot.
All right. Well, nice hanging out with you guys. As always, I will see you later.
Take it easy, Terry.
Later, Terry.
Catch you later.
Have a good night. Say hi to Adam for me.
Yeah, will do.
All right.
Thank you.
I don't have work tomorrow, so I'm good.
Not only do I not have to work tomorrow since it's Sunday, it's a down day from the gym.
Nice.
Angela, you have something that you need to do?
Quippers United.
All right, well, I got Quippers United too. Catspring, you got anything you need to do?
Be awake by 2 p.m. probably.
Hey, you're a fucking cat. You sleep half the day away.
Be awake by 2 p.m. You're wonderful.
All right.
It's not a work day. I don't have to be up before noon if I don't want to.
Wait a minute. Y'all know this song from The Wiz? When I wake up in the afternoon, which pleases me to do. Don't nobody bring me no bad news. I love that song.
That was in The Wiz?
Yeah, it was Evelina's song.
Okay, that's probably why I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of
Couldn't tell
her
you.
parts.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
It's been a million years since I've seen The Wiz.
And if I wake up early enough, I'll do some housework and some touch-up work on some of my paintings, but otherwise...
Don't nobody bring me no bad news. Cause I wake up already negative and I find out my fears. Don't nobody bring
All I know
me
is I've been
no bad news.
getting really tempted since Zelda brought up in one of his in the stream with Sam, the Freedom Frog. to buy for like the fourth fucking time Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, but this time on PC, and then I'm only going to buy any more of them if they're on PC.
Kingdom Hearts has lost its luster.
Yeah,
Is that
but
the weird?
I'm still there for it.
Go ahead, Angela.
Is that the weird one with all the Disney characters?
Yes,
Yes.
man,
Yes.
it is.
The one that started off because someone from it's like someone who worked at I can't remember if it was someone who worked at Disney and happened to meet like a higher up in the elevator from Squaresoft, or if it was the opposite way. I think it was the opposite way. Someone who worked at Squaresoft had
It was Square Enix.
Yeah.
It was Square Enix by the time they did the collab.
And they happened to meet someone from the Disney, and they got that whole thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because originally they were looking at making Disney wanted to have Mickey as the main character. Square Enix didn't want to have that, so they were looking at doing Donald as the main character. So they ended up creating a new character, and the really funny thing was the original weapon was supposed to be a chainsaw sword.
That I can just imagine Donald running around with a chainsaw sword.
No, the first drawings of Sora, he had a chainsaw sword.
So he went 40K. Sweet. Now, so my issue with Kingdom Hearts is the fact that in order to get anything, you have to play all 25 games and read all the comics.
I haven't read the comics because they're supposed to just be a rendition, basically, of the first game. The only thing that got me was the whole fact of just how they had to retcon a little too much of the whole thing of like, oh, Sora, he's the one true Keyblade wielder. Okay, but we're actually going to say Mickey is as well. But actually, Riku can use one, and so can Kairi, and so are these other three. Hell, there was actually a whole fucking Keyblade where it's like,
and there's like a 100 other Keyblades, and all of them can unlock. And the whole goal is to create the Nymph key.
Once they got past the whole thing of like, okay, like all they do has been like, okay, we like they just would have had to go through and been like, hey, we thought there was only one because the people who knew about all this, their knowledge, it's like the knowledge that they had put out was very limited because to be a Keyblade wielder is what is more difficult because of the Keyblade war happening.
That was not so much a Keyblade as a keychain full of Keyblades.
Yeah, but Mickey should have known all this shit. Like, Mickey was king during the Keyblade War. So he should have fucking known.
Well, you expect him to tell the truth?
Yeah, well, he is king. Yeah, I expect him to be a liar.
Because you're not supposed to go and affect other worlds.
And again, they make traversal of worlds seem like this uber powerful thing when they could do it all willy nilly. There's gummy ships.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yes, gummy ships.
That's what the ships are called. The parts to make the ships to travel in between worlds through that openness are gummy parts.
Yep.
Gummi.
And Chip and Dale are the creators of engineers. Yes.
I was going to say, do they get the parts from the gummy bears?
No. Well, there are other ways to go about it because in Birth by Sleep, you also find out that there is armor because traveling between worlds without the specific armor or a ship like that opens your heart to darkness.
And there are portals. Like if you know where a portal is, you can travel between the worlds.
Okay,
I
so
think
that's what
you may
happened.
have given me a headache.
Quite literally for Kingdom Hearts, when someone tries to explain the lore, like if you could quite literally say like, when are you going to start making some sense? They're probably going to turn to you and be like, I don't know.
Shit, again.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Again, the games are up to like what 9 and 10, and their only numerical is 3.
Yeah, that's it. Because you have and to go with the chronological order of it. Oh god damn it!
Birth by Sleep.
No, because there's before that the mobile game.
Oh god.
Because there's technically like 3 mobile games, but there's the one mobile game that goes way before of the original Keyblade Ward, where you actually have the 5 original clan leaders and also had the Master of Masters. Then it fast forwards to Birth by Sleep, which then goes into 1, which after 1 you have Rechain of Memories, but before Rechain of Memories you also have Recoded. So after Chain of Memories / Rechain of Memories, whichever version you play that, it goes to
Dream Drop Destiny?
No, 355/8.
Over 32 days, yeah.
That one. Then it goes to 2, and then after 2 is when you get Dream Drop Distance, and then after Dream Drop Distance is when when 2.8 happens, it happened at the same time as Dream Drop Distance to finally fucking go into 3. I believe
there are like 2. There's a card game in there.
After Chain of Memories is the card game.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's I think it's a Chain of Melodies, to where it's more of a music game. Like, it gets fucking weird. Yes, basically.
I think I'll stick with the
for the Master games I got. For the Master of Masters, quite literally, he because there's technically he had 6 apprentices that are all masters, but only 5 of them became clan leaders, because the other one he actually gave his Keyblade to, so he could see the war happen. Like, the fucking shit for it is ridiculous. Because like you have one of the guys that also was a part of the clans, so he was in the Keyblade War. Right. Somehow he's also in Dream Drop Distance, and his heart is stuck in with Sora. Like, it's fucking convoluted as shit, and I'm trying.
We're still talking about the weird ass Disney game.
Yeah. Yes. Wait a minute. All right. Everybody, wait a minute a second. I found the how to play them in chronological order. The first game is Kingdom Hearts X back cover. The second one is Kingdom Hearts Union X. Then there's Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. Then there's Birth by Sleep. Then there's the first Kingdom Hearts. And then there's Kingdom Hearts 2.0 Birth by Sleep, a fragmented passage. Then there's Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. And then there's 358 over 2 days. And then there's Kingdom Hearts 2. Then there's Kingdom Hearts Coded. And then there's Dream Drop Destiny. And then there's Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts 3 Reminded, and then Melody of Memories. 14 fucking games, and there's only 3 numbered sequels. And I'm only counting the official, fucking Reminded. I think that's a remaster of 3.
The bigger problem was for 1 and 2, when they originally were released in the US, they did have stuff that they cut out. Yeah. So on the PS3 is where they dropped the final mixes, which I have bought. So that's why I said, like, this would be the 4th time I'm buying 1 and 2. Because, and Birth by Sleep and that, because Birth by Sleep was originally a PSP game. Like, they have hit a lot of the consoles as well. It's fucking ridiculous.
Kingdom Hearts it's a convoluted series that, like you said, retcons everything, retcons its own lore dozens of fucking times. Like, Kingdom Hearts. Like, everybody was battling to find Kingdom Hearts. Oh, well, Kingdom Hearts isn't that important anymore. What? The whole fucking story is named after this object. Nope, it's not important anymore.
Well, it technically still is. It's just they're going through. It's like for 1, it's the dude thinks that he can open the door to darkness to get to Kingdom Hearts, which is incorrect. In 2, they're trying to force all the hearts to come to. It's like all the stolen hearts to come together to create a new door to get to Kingdom Hearts. And 3 is supposed to be the proper way to where the Keyblade War can happen. So the variation of saying Keyblade can be created so it can actually open the proper already made door in the Keyblade graveyard to Kingdom Hearts. Convoluted as shit.
I'm gonna
My
go out on a
head's
limb and guess that they've had like 3 or 4 different continuity masters who have all Minecrafted themselves.
Yes.
And
That or they
a
are
lot
all
of
raging
drugs.
alcoholics.
I think it's drugs.
Why not both?
Why not?
Like quite literally trying to go through all the Keyblade lore or the Kingdom Hearts lore, and you're just gonna be sitting there like this.
Y'all need
That
Jesus.
is depressing.
Need a whole
Again.
lot more Jesus.
Like honestly,
and a
when it
lot
went
less
from
fucking
1 to Chain of Memories, and even having the 358,
It's the meme that's depressing, not the.
and then
Kingdom
going
Hearts.
into 2, it wasn't bad. It's just they started retcon a whole bunch of shit because they gave themselves a really great fantastical world, or it's like universe, and it was where to go with it.
They did nothing
I mean,
with it.
considering the fact you have it was, in 1, you think you're fighting Ansem's Heartless, but it actually turns out it's not Ansem Heartless, and you meet Ansem in the second game, so you have the guy who thinks he's Ansem, basically, and then the actual Ansem.
Well, in the first game, it was fucking Riku.
Well, yes, he's taken over by technically Xehanort's Heartless, who thinks he's Ansem.
And that's another thing that always bugged me.
And the really fucked up part is technically that's not even technically Xehanort's Heartless because he took over Terra's body.
Yes.
Like, shit gets fucking weird.
What?
Yes.
It gets even weirder than that. So all Organization 13 are the nobodies of Heartless. So that means there are extremely powerful Heartless out there. Because there's nobodies. If you have a powerful heart and you get separated, you become a nobody. And your Heartless should be equally powerful. So motherfuckers like Scar should have a nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because Scar had a powerful heart and he became a powerful Heartless. So where's his nobody? And it should have a kick-ass X name. I don't know how they go. Xamnus?
Xehanort was the one who would go through that. That's how it just became an anagram of their actual name. How you got Sora and then you have Roxas because add an X and change letters around.
Yeah.
Because then it's also funny that you find out that majority of the people it's like the nobody, it's like the actual nobodies of Organization 13 of the original, other than a quaint few, a lot of them were originally Keyblade wielders that lost their ability to wield a Keyblade after becoming a nobody.
And then Nominate breaks that whole tradition. She should have an X name and she should be, because she's Kyrie's nobody.
Yes, but they didn't view her as being a part of Organization 13. So that's why I said the only reason they get an X in their name is because Xehanort's the one who does it. Were you not paying attention to the weird-ass nonsense that's been coming out of my mouth?
I've been too busy looking at that meme.
Track.
Again, it is convoluted. It is, 20 years of... At least 20 years?
Yeah, it's just straight up WTF for a lot of it.
So when a new director comes in, they have to add all the shit they did to make it all fit chronologically.
I would still say that this is probably less convoluted than this Legend of Zelda timeline.
Oh, that's easy to follow. It's a split timeline. Like, there's the Hyrule Historia officially states that there's a split timeline. It's the child timeline where he goes back as a child and stops the war from happening. Stops Ganondorf from taking over Hyrule. It's the timeline where he succeeds and remains as an adult, and they try to restore everything. And then there's the timeline where he fails.
And there's also the timeline to where he stays an adult but fails. Like the whole
that's the failure timeline.
Yeah, because there's the whole thing to where he also goes back to being a child but fails somehow or something. Like the shit just gets fucking weird.
No,
there's a multiple timelines thing.
Yeah, but it's only 3 times. It's 3 official timelines. It's the child timeline, like I said, where he goes back when he succeeds and he goes back to stop it from happening. It's the adult timeline where he remains as an adult and progresses there. Then there's the failure timeline. Wind Waker is a failure timeline event. Like the goddesses flood Hyrule because he fails. He doesn't succeed, so they just flood Hyrule, and that's how Wind Waker happens. And then Spirit Tracks and there's another game.
Except for like the only difference with Wind Waker is the fact that the Link that technically defeats Ganon is not the actual reincarnation of Link.
Yeah, because he's the failure. Yes, he didn't get reincarnated because they decided not to do the god. Like, yeah, you're the fuck up. You're not coming back. And then the success timeline is Twilight Princess and everything from there. And then Link to the Past is the adult success, and then Twilight Princess is the child success, where they go to war with the Garudans, and they kill the Garudans, and they imprison them in.
Twilight Princess also has the skeleton that teaches you the sword techniques, which is also theorized to be one of the dead Links that failed.
No, that's the dead. That's your previous incarnation. That's the success. That's the adult version of the child that went back and fought in the Gerudo Hylian War. I have the Hyrule Historian.
Which makes no sense of them having to fight the Gerudo because like Link made peace with them and everything.
No. So he goes when Ganondorf he gets sent back to the point where Ganondorf first comes to the Hyrule Castle and kneels before the king. He gets sent back to that point. And in that point, he has all the information that is needed to flesh out Ganon as a traitor. He's not bowing in front. Ganon escapes, and Ganon, because he's the king of the Garudans, he rallies the Garudans to attack Hyrule directly because he can't use deception. That's that timeline, and they all get banished to the Twilight Realm. Dude, I'm a Zelda fanatic.
Oh,
I know that
God,
timeline.
yes, you are.
I love you, Angela.
So I could do more with the Kingdom Hearts stuff, but I haven't played in a long while, and that's where I get majority of my knowledge from is directly from playing the game.
I know, same man. Rodden, time to do the thing. I'm fading.
Get rid of that and go to.
You drained him with all of his Zelda nerdity.
Well, I want to also play the new outro, so yay. Andrew, you gonna be on Quippers tonight?
Yes, that's already.
Yay! Me and you gonna be on Quippers.
Yay!
Tyre's also gonna be on Quippers. He's on Mr. Adams Minions Night. He's also on Hammer's Minions Night. If I say Mr. Hammer's Minions Night. He's also on Frosted Glasses, The Corner. He's on Six of Silver streams. He's on Johnny Hellcat's Minions Night when he hosts a video game stream. He does randomly with Jack Gunsky. He does a gaming stream. They're doing Grim Fandango, if I'm not mistaken now. Angela is also on Mr. Adams Monday nights, and so is Kefki on occasions, and she has Sundays. She's host of Minions. Tonight's a Talking Into the Void, right, Rodden?
Yes.
Sweet. All right. Well,
next up is a game.
Huh?
Next up is a game stream.
Okay. What game are you playing?
Still working my way through The Evil Within.
Okay. Oh, and James Colley is also on Quippers. Am I forgetting anything? I can't remember. I'm probably forgetting something, but I can't remember. I've also taken up playing Age of Wonders 4 on stream. So if you want to come join me, I do it sporadically. I'm probably going to stream it tomorrow before Quippers.
I've been meaning to watch some of those.
Well, it's always up there when you want to.
I'll still say this though. I end up buying Kingdom Hearts. I keep waiting for it to go on sale again because I missed when it was. I might stream that, but that just means you're gonna be in for a lot of level grinding.
Steam should be doing another sale at some point, or you can always go.
It's not on Steam. It's only on Epic. But it does have, like, for Epic, they do have the Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, the 2.8 final mix, the 3 and Remind DLC, because the Remind is the DLC for it, and then also the Melodies of Memory. So they have everything that you're supposed to get. It's just the only one that's not $60 is the Kingdom Hearts 1 and 1.5 and 2.5 remix, which is $50 currently. And I'm a cheap son of a bitch when it comes to most of this stuff, so.
Understandable.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my annual bonus to buy my next game, so.
I don't know. I've been buying a shit ton of games. I still got money to buy more, so.
Oh, I've got the money. I'm just being cheap.
Not that I'm saying like that. I have like $25 in cash because I had to send back I bought a photo alternate app and it fucking wouldn't work, so I had to send it back. Get a refund. There you go. So I got $25 I'm sitting on. I don't know what to do with it. Is there anything else I want to say before we leave? Oh,
don't know you that well.
Oh yeah, Kyivedam was kind enough to give us a new outro, and I'm going to use it. So I hope you enjoy. Riding. I don't mean to replace you with Kyivedam, but you know.
I mean, that gal can sing.
That gal can sing.
For sure.
So if you don't mind, I will play the outro, and we will see you next week. All right, goodbye, everybody.
Latest.
Bye.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies chase the dark clouds far away.